Evaluation section instructions. We're going to go over this particular section to give you a detailed description of how to fill out this one particular section. So in most cases you will have already received an email with a task, and you have gone to the project by using the link, and you have been able to now see the task that was provided for you to do. Once you're in the section, or the block as we call it, in this case we're going to look at the evaluation block, then you can start filling out the information. The evaluation block consists of the comparables that we're going to use that are going to be provided by our team, and your goal is to provide us with information that in most cases is not given or provided by the MLS or the agent, and I will give you some examples for that. The evaluation status, that is filled out by our team, so you don't have to fill that out, and this information tells us the status, the date of the status itself, which if it's not requested in process. So in this case, if we have requested the information from you, the date that we requested that, and then the final ARV or after repair value based on the information that's filled out in-house. As far as the documents, the MLS printout, that's information that we upload. The in-house BPO, that's also uploaded by us, and you will also see the CMA link, which is a live link to the MLS information that you can email your clients. So it does have limited information, but it provides you a quick view of the comps that were used to determine the value. The proposed list price and estimated sales price is something that we are looking for you to fill out. The date tells us when you fill out the information. What do you propose for the 15-day quick sale to be? The proposed list price, estimated project time to sell, the typical buyer, and then what would you think that the expected price would be for this property, taking in consideration whether are we going to pay closing costs or not. So for example, if the property is listed for $99,000 and the buyers more likely are going to need help, FHA, they're going to need 3%, most likely we're going to list at $99,000, up the price to $103,000 to cover the buyer's help, and sell the property at an expected sales price of $103,000. We will not list the property for $103,000 because we change the value block. So if people were looking from $100,000 and under, by listing it to $103,000, we miss those people. So the proposed list price here would be $99,000. And the expected sales price would be $103,000. The typical buyer for the area would be FHA VA. Project time would be approximately 2 months to sell. The date when you fill out the information. And what would be a quick sales price if we were to list it and move it fast, taking consideration that the list price is based on a property that is repaired. There's going to be a sample for you to see what type of repairs we do to give you a good idea of what to expect when you're evaluating the properties. The comparable section here for the evaluation is automatically filled out, and for each property you will have most of the information already auto-populated, which is the address, the cell type, the status, the list price, the pending days on the market. All that fun stuff comes directly from the MLS. What we are looking for you to provide for each of the comps that we chose to be our comparables to determine an after repair value is for you to provide us with information that otherwise is not available through the MLS or easily found by asking the agent. And what we're trying to do is determine the neighborhood that we are comparing to. So, for example, our property sits on a bad neighborhood. So, our property becomes the baseline. In most cases, you're going to be driving this home before the property has been fixed, which means that you're going to go to a house that needs work. You need to take in consideration by looking at the pictures and understanding what type of work we're going to do to this home, that when you are comparing it, it would be compared based on a completed property. So again, even though our home is in as-is conditions in most cases, and the property needs to be fixed, it's going to be fixed to our Investnotic standards, and then that is how you would compare the properties. One of the things that you are very well aware of is that we cannot change the neighbors or the neighborhood. So our neighborhood, in this case, let's just say, is inferior. So in this case, you would mark that this property that is in, for example, 123 Main just happens to be better. So what you're going to do is you're going to tell us that the neighborhood of this property is superior. If there's any particular comments that you feel that are important, please mark them down. So superior area, let's just say better pride of ownership. And again, we're talking about neighbors. The neighborhood, I'm sorry. Now you're talking about particular neighbors. Sometimes you have a neighbor that is in really bad shape. They got the cars parked in the front. They got their music going. So if we have that issue, that we have a bad neighbor, even if it's only one, then what you want to do in this particular property that we're comping is better because there is no bad neighbors. Then of course it would be superior. Area street traffic, let's just say the traffic is not bad. Actually, I'm sorry, let's go back here. Area street traffic superior. Say we are in a street that is in really bad shape because it's a double street, double lane each way. And here is a typical neighborhood one way or one lane. So of course the comp would have a superior traffic. And then you make a note specific to what the issues, if any. If there's any particular influences, negative or positive, it is important to put them out there. Proximity to freeways could be a positive if it's within 3 blocks. If it's on top of us, then it's a negative. Same thing about schools, industrial, train tracks, and all that fun stuff. So these are the issues that influence, and you want to let us know what the influence is. Let's just say power lines. And in this case, let's impact it negatively because there is power lines next door. Okay? So again, this is information you don't find in the MLS. Area comments, and then now you're gonna go and start getting into the exterior front appeal. Again, this is specific to the comp that you're using, so it's not based on our property, it's based on this comp. Superior exterior, let's just say our house just doesn't have a very nice exterior appeal, and this one is just better. Then you just come in and start putting the information. So most of those questions are common sense. If you have any questions on how to fill out the information, let us know. We will provide you with data, and you just go down the line. Some of these items will not apply. Once you are completed, this is going to be done for each of the comps, and each of the comps are up to 9 comps per property. And keep in mind, most of this information will be filled out. So you figure there's going to be about 20 questions plus possible comments for each of the questions depending on the outcome. Um, and you do need to physically drive each of the comps and upload a couple of pictures from the MLS, which the system will automatically upload. The evaluation section, it's fairly simple. We do have the information that it's already in the MLS. So again, you are going out there and providing us information that we cannot find to make real determinations of locations, conditions, desirabilities, and influence, like I previously mentioned, power lines. If you're not sure, make a comment. And if you have questions, please call us.